Hey, remember when Cyberpunk 2077 was put back up on the PlayStation Store in June? And how it then proceeded to take first place on that month's PlayStation download chart? Well, I can say that over a month later, that ain't the case anymore. In fact, Cyberpunk 2077 has been completely wiped off the face of the download chart. In its place, the usual suspects have reclaimed their comfy seats back at the top of the pile. GTA, Call of Duty, of course Minecraft, you gotta have Minecraft. Here's a look at the top 10 most downloaded PS4 titles for the month of July. Everything's back to normal. Equilibrium has been re-established. So what happened? Where did our longtime drinking buddy Cyberpunk 2077 wander off to? Exactly. My leading theory is, and by leading theory I mean what I think probably happened, and I did mention this in my previous video talking about the game, but it was still at the number 1 rank. My leading theory is that people flocked to the game in their droves when it was allowed back onto Sony's digital game distribution platform to see what the game was actually like. I'm sure there was a whole section of the PlayStation player base out there that either had not played the game yet on the PS4 or PS5, or had played it previously, left disappointed at what they saw or experienced, and were hopeful for any significant changes or improvements to have taken place. So it's likely that the combination of people playing it for the first time on these platforms and returning hopefuls was what shoved Cyberpunk 2077 up to that shiny, golden, chocolate-coated number 1 downloaded spot. And now that the new players have either finished the game or were unimpressed with what they got their hands on after spending their hard-earned money on what was quite possibly one of the most anticipated games in recent history, they've dropped it and moved on. And the returning players, who started up the game again, hearing news from the village elders notifying them that yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 has been so graciously allowed back into the temple of Sony, quickly realized that absolutely nothing had changed, at least nothing majorly noteworthy. I'm not even surprised. Of course, I'm not saying this is exactly what happened, but come on, it's pretty goddamn likely, right? This is a download chart, keep that in mind. This is not talking about sales, although new purchases and obviously downloads as a result of that would still be counted. So my final deduction / conclusion is, there was a mass Cyberpunk 2077 download dump split between two factions. Those playing it for the first time because they just gotta know what all the fuss is about, and those who had previously uninstalled and were now re-downloading to see if it ran better or it had more content. Basically, anything that would indicate a substantial reason for it being allowed to be resold on the PlayStation Store. There you have it. Just a quick follow-up on the story. Man, I don't even know what to say about this game anymore, honestly. CDPR have been dead quiet on any actual progress regarding this game for a long time, and I know some people will say they're taking the No Man's Sky approach, an approach where they only communicate when there's something to communicate, but at some point you at least have to assure the community that something worthwhile is coming, at the very least, right? CDPR seem to think communication consists of polls nobody actually gives a shit about, unless by some miracle all these polls lead up to some mega patch or piece of additional content incorporating all the poll results, which isn't impossible. But it's just sad, you know, scrolling through the subreddit or the official CDPR forum. Sure, there are some positives, but the two main topics that seem to dominate the Cyberpunk 2077 discourse are either A, Jesus Christ, look how pretty this game is, here's my Imgur album containing 5,600 photos of Night City from the Badlands, or cool looking NPCs, or my unique V, and B, this game sucks, / funny clips of bugs, / bug reports, / what were you hoping this game would be? Those are the dominant conversation topics. Sure, there's some positivity, like I said, but that's nothing compared to the never-ending party that was the community prior to the game's release. Anyway, rant aside, genuine concern aside, I just want to see this game reach its potential, man. I'll see you all next video. Until then, I'm gonna go on a brain dance binge.